I see in a straight line. That's exciting. That is exciting. This is the original site of Fort King. They're going to be reconstructing it. We're seeing it now in its beginning phases. The beginning of the reconstruction. They've cleared the land for it. And that's exciting. That is exciting. So eventually they're going to grind down all these stumps.
Add 3 feet of soil, so we won't disturb the archaeological.
Oh, adding 3 feet of soil? Very interesting. Very exciting. Very exciting. Over here we see the reproductions of the stockade that are going to be rebuilt. So yeah, this is incredible stuff. The original Fort King site. Fort King is finally being restored, one of the last major places to be restored. It's no longer going to be just a place where you come and you see the ground. You'll be able to actually see a replica of the fort, like they have out in Fort Christmas and Fort Foster and so on. Exciting, very exciting. Many forts were just simply encampments that were fortified. This was an actual fort. This was a stockade of blockhouses and the whole deal. So this is exciting, exciting stuff to see. And we're seeing it at the beginning. We've seen it before this was done. We're seeing it right now. Within the next week, we will have groundbreaking ceremonies here, and work will continue. It's already begun. It will simply continue. Do we know of any other burials so far?
All the burials of 34 soldiers and people down at the DAR.
Right.
Daughters of the American Revolution.
Right.
Got a hold of it. And they were reinterred. Oh, actually, the soldiers, 105 soldiers from the Battle of Date Battle
Right.
were interred here. But they all were reinterred over to St. Augustine several years later.
Okay.
So there's no actual interments here on the site.
Okay, great. All right. Well, this is exciting stuff. Come here. Some days you come here, this will be closed because they'll be doing construction. But we're getting to see it at its beginning. So this is exciting. So how do we get to the spring? All right, sounds good. All right. So contractors have cut the wood exactly as it was back in the day. Well, actually, these are 12 foot, so they won't be buried 6 feet in the ground. They'll be buried in a concrete footer, but
putting together on the back porch there the steel
I saw
framing.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
What's
where
that for?
Where they're putting. Well, that's what they're going to attach these logs to and make frames so they can set them into the concrete footer. That's
Okay.
going to hold up the walls.
Cool.
And if you'd like to,
What is this right here?
Well, that's no idea.
That's a big square.
Jigsaw puzzle put together thing.
Is that what? Okay, makes sense.
You know, they put the round, half round logs on there, and
So
Oh,
they
that's
can
like a
jig it.
frame.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a,
But out back is the steel frame, which is like in a jig also. So
Oh,
because they're
neat.
going to have to repetitively make those panels.
Right. Okay.
And
do
do
hold them to the
a bunch of them.
foundation.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And
It's built to withstand 140-mile-an-hour hurricane winds.
Good job. That would have come in handy last year. Yeah, shoot.
so John, I don't know if you're interested. I can only walk down to about 200 meters. Is that what's
Yeah.
left of the spring?
Yeah, let's do it.
That's what he just asked. Do you want to do the bars? Or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. He likes to walk down, but I'll stand.
All right, well, thank you.
Yeah. It's kind of dried up.
Yeah, like most of the rest of Florida.
Good.
All right, so we're going to go down and see the spring, which remains. This was the spring from which the soldiers and the garrison got its water. They're going to have reenactments here,
Yes.
which they haven't had before.
They had the first one this past December.
Oh, nice.
We didn't have a fourth. This
Right.
year we should have a fourth.
Oh, very cool.
So that's gonna be
exciting.
Very cool.
That is exciting.
And the roads at the fifth week in December. I don't know what that falls on.
Well, yeah, it would have been coincide with probably right after the day reenactments, since they both happen on the same day. So,
And this is the area where they tend to use for the Seminole encampment
oh, nice, yeah.
when they have the reenactment.
I love those reenactments. They're exciting times.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And the reenactors are so into
Yeah.
what they do.
Yeah.
And it brings the history right to the surface.
We see the same people every time. I had an interesting conversation with the daughter of one of the reenactors, is a Seminole reenactor at the Dade reenactment, and I asked her what she was doing, and she described it. She was mushing, grinding acorns into flour, and she explained the entire process to me without a lot better than I could have explained it. And she was probably 8 or 10 years old. And I took a video of her and doing it, and then I happened to see her a couple weeks later at the Fort Foster reenactment, and I was able to, tell her and her parents how impressed we all were with her. Yeah, and the ability to deliver it. I mean, I can't say 3 words without stammering, and this girl just spoke right out. It was great.
And you know what's interesting? Many of those reenactors, they don their, if they need Indians, they don their Seminole outfits. If
Right.
they need Continental soldiers or American military, they don that. And the same with the Civil War reenactors.
Right.
If they need Yankee soldiers, then they'll fill in there. If they need Confederate soldiers, they'll fill in there. So
Yeah, they're willing to go either way.
they're professional.
Yeah, and like you said, they're very much into what it is that they do. They love
The living history.
Yeah, they love the
That's a good
interpretation.
name for it, living history.
So this is a path similar to what a garrison soldier would have had to have taken back in the day. I'll let you lead.
This looks, actually, I think either one will go. Let's go this way. Down in elevation, and we'll be getting closer to it.
Right.
This looks like this has fallen. This is just fallen, because look how green that sweet gum is.
Yep, right off of there.
Over
Right.
the trail. We'll have to adjust that. But this just fell. This wasn't here last time. The leaves are still green on this sweet gum.
Well, it conveniently fell off to the side.
Yeah, right between those two trees.
How thoughtful of it. So
Yeah, it
you can just sit there and rot instead of being sawed in half.
Yeah.
This is exciting for us because we've never been down to this spring. The last time I was here, I went to the cemetery. I went to the top, but I didn't get to go to the actual spring, and so
Well, actually,
this part is
time
cool.
last year there was water in here. It has been so dry.
Oh yeah,
This
gosh.
has dried up completely.
I saw a picture recently of big shoals up in North Florida, and it's normally a Class 3 rapids. There's nothing there. So this was a spring, huh?
This was what they call the seep spring, and they think this is, well, I don't know where else they would have gotten the water.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the closest spot.
Makes sense.
Obviously, they had a higher water table. You know, we've got
Right.
more people in Florida now than ever before.
Yeah.
So they're all drawing it out of our aquifer, and we haven't had rain
Right.
to collect here in long time.
I kayaked on the Hillsborough River probably a month and a half ago, and there was almost no water there, and that's normally a pretty good flowing river. So we're right in the middle now of the Seep Spring area. There's no water here, as we explained, but this back in the day would have had water because this is where the water comes from. So we call it a seep spring. That means it didn't have a this would have been it right here. This is the muddy area. It wouldn't have had a vent, a typical spring vent. This was a seep spring. So, and this would have been essentially filled with water. But anyway, this is our update on Fort King, the progress and the status of Fort King right now. We're going to shut this down, take a few pictures, and head on down the road. We're out for now.